Ever notice how you run across somebody wasn't around? You shouldn't have fucked with. That's me.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Chris's Chaos. I am your host Chris, and I am covering the Super Junior, the Best of the Super Junior 30th anniversary from New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was held live from the Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, May 12th. This is May 13th. I'm covering a review of all 10 matches, and I want to go ahead and get started. So, this year's tournament will be hosted as a round robin. Of course, it's the round robin rules, 2 blocks, block A, block B, the winners of both blocks. That means each block has about 10 wrestlers and they have to wrestle each other, and the person from both blocks that wins the most will go on to the tournament. Now this year they have a semis round after the 2 blocks. Competitors compete, and the top 4 wrestlers, 2 from each block, will have a semifinals, and then they'll go on to a finals. Last year it was just a finals match, the best of block A, the best of block B. Hiromu Takahashi last year won the tournament, 3 consecutive wins. So this is my first video. I figured this would be a great time to start, and I want to thank you all for viewing. And let's just get started. Let's get started with the matches. We have 10 matches to cover. So let's begin. Well, before the matches, there was an introductional promotional clip that featured highlights of all the different wrestlers competing. It also was backed by some music, some J-Rock, Ash. I'm not familiar with this band, but it sounded cool, you know, describing the contestants as Super Junior Lions. It was a great way to get the hype going. And they also displayed past winners like Finn Balor, or otherwise known as Prince Devitt, and Kushida. So it was cool. It started off, Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton were commentating tonight. And the first match was a B block match. Clark Connors versus Kevin Knight. Connors walks to the ring. He's walking with Guido. He's rocking that cowboy hat. Now, he's a new member of Bullet Club, and I saw him join Bullet Club at Capital Collision. Okay, for those of you that were there, we were lucky enough to be at the show. It was an incredible show. And this guy, I didn't know much about him, but he looked like he could deliver, and he sure did at this match. This may have been my favorite match of the whole night, right off the bat. So Connors walks the ring with Guido. He's looking like a hangman, a younger hangman, Adam Page. And then comes in Kevin Knight. He's rocking the Kushida glasses. Okay, He's of course flexing his, and he's flexing his IWGP title that he shares with Kushida. So they are tag title champions, the junior division. And it starts off right off the bat. Kevin attacks Connors with his clothesline, delivering punches, kicks, strikes. It was off to an energetic start. This guy Kevin, he's very athletic, okay, and he has some hang time. So they fight outside the ring. Let me just tell you, they're exchanging blows. Connor throws Knight into the outside ring, exchanging blows. Connors throws Knight into two posts. Connors is very athletic. Saw this guy again. When he joined Bullet Club, you could tell he was an athletic guy. He kind of reminds me of a Buddy Matthews, and the way he moves, like they move really fast. I can't even tell you they move hard, so they go hard. So he continues to control the match, definitely playing the heel side. You could tell he's definitely playing the heel side of things, kicking him in the corner, throwing him around turnbuckles. That is Knight. Knight turns things around though with strikes and a beautiful drop kick. Like I said, this guy can gain air. He's got a great drop kick, okay? Does a kick, stomps a mud hole in Connors to give a receipt from earlier. Stinger splash. Then he puts Connors on the top turnbuckle. This move, this pop, this little spot. He puts him on the top turnbuckle, sets him up for a standing Frankensteiner from the top rope. So the air that he was able to gain was just impressive. It was impressive. So let's see. While Connor's in on the top turnbuckle, he lands the move perfectly. We were really impressed when some people, friends of mine, that were watching it earlier. Connors throws him to the ropes, cross body off the rope, exchange pin attempt into a tiger bomb. He attempts a running DDT. Connors caught him with a spear and then delivered a sick brain buster for the victory. It was a very good brain buster, and he wins. Now, after the match, he's standing over him. He starts hitting him with the chairs it looks like he's trying to eliminate him from the tournament. Okay, so just Connor's getting the boos. I mean, just really kind of flexing his heel status. But it was a great start to the show, and I was very impressed. Now, just a little bit about me I can bring in between the two matches. I teach at DC Public Charter Schools, so I'm watching this after school in the classroom with a couple faculty members, and we're enjoying this. We're just like, okay, we're in. So this match just set the tone for the whole night. So I was really impressed, really happy with how things started. Second match, Block A, Taiji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier, versus Ryuke Taguchi. Ishimori comes out with this skull mask. He's repping Bullet Club. And I can't get enough of how much some of these New Japan wrestlers will inspire imagination. This is why I love New Japan. The looks, the moves, they tell the story in the ring. There's not much. I mean, I can't understand Japanese, so I can't tell what's going on in some of these promotional productions. But I can read the story in the ring, how they demonstrate themselves, how they present themselves, how they carry themselves. Tells the whole story, so you get excited just as they're walking to the ring. Taguchi comes out. He's rocking the New Japan shirt. He's looking like New Japan's version of Sami Zayn when Sami Zayn was in NXT. So he is just, I'm Mr. New Japan. You gotta love him. So he comes out. They come out. They're facing each other. Taguchi tries to shake his hand. He tries to shake the Bone Soldier Ishimori's hand, and he's looking like a puppy dog. He's like, here, shake my hand. And Bone Soldier, he just waves him off. He waves him off like, no. He looks disappointed. It definitely got a laugh out of us. So now let's see. We go ahead and move forward. Sorry, I can't. I had to stop because thinking about it made me laugh. But so you think that Taguchi's coming off a little timid, but no, right off the bat, standing drop kicks, starts taking it to Ishimori. He is attacking him. Okay, this match is just hard hitting. Okay, kicks to the left knee, sliding kick, missile drop kick onto the knee. He's working Ishimori's left knee is Taguchi. Taguchi rolls through and goes back to the knee. Series of move attempts leads Ishii to deliver a Tanishtika and the bow lock. He hits him with the bow lock. Okay, makes it look like, okay, Ishii's going to take over from now on, as the heel will do after the beginning sequence. But Taguchi rolls through and goes back to the knee. So he's definitely making him work. Okay, but at some point, after about 3 minutes, Ishimori, he hits him with the bow lock for the 1, 2, 3. So it was a quick match. It was a very quick match, but it was hard hitting. It was a fun little match, and it wasn't a squash in the least. They were hitting each other and going hard. You know that kind of going into it, Ishii is going to move in with the win. Like, you could kind of tell that he was kind of looking to win the match, but Taguchi did not hand it to him without a fight. So it was a great display. So third match, right into it. B block, Dan Maloney of the United Empire. Okay, they loved. One thing I noticed about the United Empire, they love repping their little. They love doing this. They love it more so than Will Ospreay. The other members of United Empire love flexing their hand gesture, and I thought that was kind of funny. But let's move on. Let's see. It was Dan Maloney versus Bushi, my man Bushi of the Ungovernables. Okay, all about this team. I've always loved this team ever since I first took a look at Tatsuya Naito. He's my favorite wrestler in New Japan. He's definitely the guy, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. So Bushi comes in. He's rocking black lipstick, luchador mask, Japanese lucha libre, and he makes it work. Okay, so how many guys can put on black lipstick and make it? He makes it work. So they start fast, exchanges. Bushi at one point does a backflip off the top rope into the ungovernable pose like Tatsuya Naito. He gets a little pop. They know how to finesse. They know how to appear flamboyant and look badass at the same time. So let me go ahead and say Maloney rips Bushi's shirt off, though, and he starts delivering kicks to the chest that were garnering a crowd reaction. I mean, they're exchanging chops. Maloney hits a sharp chop that takes Bushi down, so Maloney can be a sixth striker when he needs to. Okay, Maloney, I've seen him once and I don't know much about the guy, but I can tell he hits hard. He moves when he has to. He likes to piss off the crowd. I'd like to see more of him. So moving forward, Huracan Rana by Bushi, exchange of punches, making you think this is an open weight bout. It's hard hitting, a little bit savage. Bushi delivers a nice missile drop kick off the top rope, and then executes a Busharoonie. His delivery on the Spinaroonie. One thing I noticed was Maloney just kept making hand gestures. Again, he's every time he's attacking him, he's doing his hand gesture. He's doing his United Empire. They are definitely repping United. United Empire was all over this show, I gotta say, or at least the first night. They're all over this tournament. So those of you that like United Empire, more power to you. And I look forward to seeing more of them work. Let's see what happened next. Bushi looked to pull a DDT on Maloney. Maloney from the ring to the outside, but to no avail. Maloney with a baseball slide and near fall lifts Bushi for what looks like a razor's edge. Of course, it's his move. It's the Driller Killer. Okay, I hadn't seen this move before. I can't deny. I might have if he hit it before, I missed it. So, and I gotta tell you, this is definitely a hard hitting move. I love this move. I gotta give it to Dan Maloney. His finisher is very fun to look at. It's a cool looking move. Bushi reverses it though, okay? And he hits a reverse rewind kick. Looks good. Bushi looked to hit one of his finishers, the MX, and he gets caught midair, slam, near fall. Then Maloney hits a devastating gore. The commentary says passed down by Rhino himself. Okay, at least that's what Chris Charlton said. Executes Driller Killer for the win. Like I said, if you haven't seen the Driller Killer, check it out. Looks brutal. I enjoyed the performance. I want to see more of both of them. Okay, and I think Maloney has a lot of room for growth. He has a bright future in New Japan and beyond. So I was impressed with what I saw. Fourth match. A block, Kushida versus Douki. I wanted to see this match. I like Douki. I love Kushida. You can't hate on Kushida. But Douki, ever since I saw this guy just attack the Ungovernables, I was just when he was with his group in a tag match. This guy, okay, let me tell you. So he looks like such a badass. For those of you that appreciate like Glacier and Chris Kanyon from the WCW days, he rocks that Mortal Kombat mask. You'll appreciate his look if you like that Chris Kanyon when he was Mortis and Glacier. The mask, his look is brutal. He's got like some face paint. He's got this one eye with the. I mean, he looks like your worst nightmare. So I love it. Kushida comes out looking like the standard face. You gotta love Kushida. He's baby face. He's the Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly of New Japan. So small but scrappy. You gotta love it. So they feel each other out. They're careful not to strike each other right off the bat. Kushida, he goes for the leg, a takedown. Douki avoids. Kushida goes for the arm. Douki fights it off. So just jiu-jitsu hold attempts. Douki's just trying to deflect until finally Kushida gets his arm, gets Douki's arm. He works the left arm the whole time, and Kushida's in control from then on. Okay, traditional format match where he's on top. You could tell, you just kind of feel that Douki's going to reverse and start really laying attacks, but no, Kushida, he's landing drop kicks on the arm. He's hitting him hard. He's meaner. He's a serious Kushida. He's all business, and I liked it. I was all about it. Kushida has a serious side. He has a side of him that can be, very tough, very devastating, all business. I'm all for it, okay, when he gets into that mode, okay? Kushida, he puts Douki in a variated surfboard. Douki rolls him over for a reverse, and I'm thinking, okay, now it's time. But no, Kushida, he comes off. He comes off like a veteran. He makes the reserve. He makes the reverse. Sure enough, like Douki eventually starts to get a reverse and takes it into second gear with a shoulder block. Hurricane Rana, pin attempts from both. Cradle into a bridge. Pin attempts are coming in fast and furious. I can hardly keep up. Crossbody by Kushida and a kick. Kushida looks to put Douki in a finisher, but Douki reverses the attempt into a roll-up pin. So it looked great. It was great. I was expecting more offense from Douki. I was expecting this to be more of a hard-hitting match. But it was him stealing the victory from Kushida. That's the story. He was sly, he was smart, he was patient, and he was crafty. I loved it. And yeah, it was great. Moving on to fifth match is Block B match. Master Wu from the New Japan main unit versus Francesco Akira from the United Empire. And here we go. Little shoving contest right off the bat. Shoulder block by Wato. And then they run the ropes. A lot of catch can, double drop kick to each other, and then another shoving match. They got speed. They can move. I'm impressed by Akira's drop kick and suicide dive. Wato, Hurricane Rana, was a little sloppy on the first round. Okay, probably about as sloppy as I'm pronouncing it, but it was a little sloppy. Akira attempts a pin for a 2 count, puts Wato in a variated form of a Wato's Vendaval submission. Look cool. Okay, elbow shots to the back while Wato is on the mat. Wato comes back with strikes, but Akira returns with a double arm chop. Wato hits back with some offense. Springboard, uppercut by Wato. Looked decent. He gets support from the crowd. Wato's, he's definitely garnering the respect from the crowd. He tries to hit a German, but Akira lands on his feet. Okay, Wato tries to hit a power bomb, reversed into a wicked DDT. I gotta give Akira credit. When he hits hard. Attempts a super kick, gets blocked, tries for another and lands it. Then goes for one of his finishers. He hits one of his. It's basically Adam Cole's boom. Okay, looks good. Looked like it was over, but Wato kicks out. Then Akira reverses an offensive attempt by Wato, rolls through, ends with a double stomp, Balor Devitt style. Okay. I'm thinking Akira has to win it at this point. Okay, but Wato counters Akira, hits his Recientemente. I hope I pronounced that right. And he hits the 1-2-3. Okay, so I was very impressed by the end of this match. Kelly points out that this was the first in the series of wins by Akira. So good for Wato. Wato's the first time he's apparently they've had a series of matches. I haven't checked it out. Wato has beaten Akira. I want to see what these two can do next round. Yo will face Wato tomorrow. Akira will face Kevin Knight. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so I'm going to be watching that hopefully either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll definitely give some feedback as to my thoughts on that match. Okay, so we're moving right along. Good. Sixth match, A Block Sho from the Bullet Club versus my boy, DC hometown hero, Lio Rush, from the New Japan Strong. Sho comes out, some heavy dubstep, techno music, holding a handkerchief, but the commentators are thinking there's like a wrench in there, there's a foreign object in there. But he's playing around with his handkerchief. There's nothing in there. Like, all right. Like I said, he comes out trippy dub. The music contrast couldn't have been any different because he comes out to this techno, and then here comes Leo's theme, which starts out with like a piano playing nice and slow. You're like, what's going on here? It's unforgettable. No. But anyways, and then it comes in with some heavy like hip hop, modern trap music, as you can say. But it sounds good. And Leo's rocking a hood, white hooded mask. The fans love him. I'm gonna say that again and again during this review of this match. So he's coming out. He's ready. He gets attacked. Who does he get attacked by? Your Bullet Club, your boy, Evil. Okay, just tearing it to him. Okay, and the commentators are just like, you SOB, how could you bastard, JR style, just pissed. They're angry. Okay, and the fans are like, get out of here. They were angry. Okay, at Evil, but Leo can barely stand. At this point, I'm thinking the match is going to be canceled. It's a no contest. But Leo goes in. He can barely stand. He says, ring the bell. Gets clothesline from hell, okay, by Sho, and I'm like, this is the commentator's like, it's over, and then he breaks out of the pin attempt, but Sho hits another power bomb into a backstabber, devastating, okay, another pin attempt, okay, then hits him with a pile driver, another pin attempt. Leo gets out. Goes for the shock. So Sho goes for the shock arrow. Leo fights it off. Hits a weak back body drop. It was great. He barely tried. He's trying to get him to do a backfire, and he lands it. But it's so sad that it's pitiful. So like the commentators are like, this isn't gonna do anything for him. Evil distracts the ref. Evil's still there. He comes out with the chair. He's distracting the ref with the chair. Ref's like, no, get out of here. And what does Sho do? He goes to the apron. He grabs a wrench. And there's the wrench. Okay, so the wrench he was hiding in his, or he usually hides in the handkerchief. No, he had one planted in the ring. Okay, ends up colliding. He ends up trying to hit Leo. Ends up colliding with Evil. And Leo hits Evil with a suicide dive. Excellent. Takes off the hood. Takes off the mask. And he's just like, ah! He's ready to go. Fans are like, all right, now we're starting. The match is now really starting. Crowd's firmly behind Lio Rush. Leo hits Sho with a dive. And now we're getting the Lio Rush we know and love, okay? Sho blatantly throws the ref into Rush, hits Leo with a devastating spear, and goes back to the wrench, which he's adamant about I'm taking Lio Rush out with this wrench. Sorry. But it definitely made me kind of smirk and laugh. It was entertaining to say the least. So moving forward, Evil is now into the ring, and Leo's being held by Evil now, because Sho throws Lio Rush into the ref. Ref falls. Leo falls. Evil comes in, grabs Lio Rush. Okay, what happens? Leo kicks Sho as he's about to hit him with the wrench. Then does a low blow with his left leg, takes out Evil. Okay, grabs the wrench, hits Evil with the wrench, then goes and hits Sho with the wrench. Okay, gets to the top rope, hits him with the final hour. This is a devastating high flying splash. I can't just say it's a frog splash, obviously, because it's a beautiful move that looks like something else, but it is a splash. He gets up in the air so high So I couldn't tell you how impressed I am with Lio Rush in New Japan. I feel like they are taking him in as their new favorite son. They support Lio Rush in a way in which I wish that some of the other promotions out there would have supported him and treated him. And maybe he just feels better. Maybe he's more right in New Japan. That's the impression I'm getting. Maybe he's happier in New Japan because he looks like he's happy in New Japan. He's coming off like he's getting the attention and support and love that he needs. So I'm just happy for him. I hope things continue to go this way and work out for Lio Rush. He is possibly my favorite to win this tournament. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would not be surprised, and I would be more than happy if he won. I could see him winning. I have a couple other favorites to win this tournament, but I would like to see Lio at least make it to the semis. I want to see Lio make it at least to the semis, so very happy with that. Match 7, okay, the sniper, Robbie Eagles from TMDK. This is Zack Saber's unit. He's facing Yo of Chaos. This is the first time I've seen Chaos. It was first time we're seeing Chaos in the tournament. Yo comes out wearing all loose denim, okay, and he's wearing a denim kilt, okay, but it's cool. He's rocking it. Kevin Kelly even references Raven and Just Incredible, who has this kind of a look, and I kind of popped. I raised my eyebrows. I'm like, all right, you referencing Raven and Just Incredible. I'm cool with that. And he does. He has this kind of alternative grunge look about him. So I appreciate that. And then but Robbie Eagles all sporty. He's TMDK Zack Sabre style. You know, he's kind of little taste of arrogance. Okay, just like Zack Sabre. And so you know if you know what Zack Sabre looks like and how he presents himself, that's kind of like what we're getting a little bit from Robbie Eagles. So starts with a roll up by Yo. Okay, he's playing and Eagle, of course. Eagles gets out of it and he's smiling at Eagles. He's playing with his head. Okay, they tie up a little bit of chain wrestling, exchange of wrist locks, fireman's carry by Yo. Then they continue to work the arms. They're both working the arms. Huracan Rana by Eagles looked sloppy. I'm sorry. I mean, hey, after you see that Frankensteiner from Kevin Knight, your standards have been pushed to the limit. Like Kevin Knight hit the Frankensteiner. If I can't, I'm gonna see if I'll let you know. I'll see if I find another Huracan Rana that can compare to Kevin Knight's Frankensteiner. Okay, otherwise, but anyway, it wasn't that great. It didn't look sharp, didn't look tight, wasn't crisp. So there you go. Anywho, let's see. They move though. I will say that they do move. Eagles delivers his submission. He had a hard time getting into it. It's the Ron Miller special. It looks like it reminds me of an Indian Deathlock. That's the best way to put it. And I love the Indian Deathlock. So Ronnie Miller special. He's bouncing up and down on the floor, like just putting more pressure on the knee and the leg. And while he's doing it, he's going Ronnie, 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 oi, 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 like the Aussie Open does. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. For those of you that love Aussie Open, you know the chant. And the crowd they're cheering it with him. They're going Ronnie, 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 oi, 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 while he's literally putting this guy in a submission and delivering some pain. So that's new. I love it. So eventually, he does come back. He takes control with strikes, a couple high-flying maneuvers. Eagle switches into another gear with double knees to Yo in the corner. Okay, Yo's in the corner and he runs and hits him with the double knees. Who can I think of? Andrade Cien Almas or Andrade's knees almost at that level of intensity. It looked good. Yo gets back to the rope. More exchanges. Falcon Arrow by Eagles. More exchanges of strikes between the two. And Yo hits Yushikaroshi variant is what I heard. So wasn't nothing I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta look up, see this again. Then they started slapping the taste out of each other. Just chop, slap to the face. Yo looks like he's winding the band for Sweet Chin Music. He's literally winding the band, okay? But Eagles hits trios kicks, hits an Asahi DDT, 450 onto the leg, okay? Look good. And then a bunch of pin attempts, okay? Super kick by Yo is executed. Eagles hits the knee again. The knee, when he hits that knee, it looks painful. It makes me like cringe and hit my own, like try to touch my own knee, make sure it's okay. Just a barrage of kicks by Eagles, which leads to the victory. I enjoyed the exchanges. I mean, wasn't my favorite match. It's not going to be in my top 3, but it's okay. I'm cool with it. We're in the middle of the show, and I'm already pleased. So, match 8, Titan, Los Ungovernables de Japón, the Ungovernables, TJP, United Empire. Once again, okay, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I don't really, TJP comes out, crowd reaction. They seem to like him. Titan comes out. He's wearing this excellent, just lethal looking lucha mask with like teeth. I can't explain, but it's sharp. It's red. It's gold. It just looks aggressive. You can tell this is a mask that is custom made to the point where he probably invested a lot of money in this mask. Okay, it's just it had a traditional look, but it was just very well designed. They're hesitant to lock up. There's chance of Titan. They start with a little test of strength, arm bars, roll throughs, chain wrestling. What can I say? Springboard DDT. Springboard DDT by Titan. You can tell they're evenly matched with their ability to go, and I can tell we're in for a long night. We're in for a long match here. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I gotta stay up and just keep typing my nose. Try to get as much as I can out of this. Try to get as much as I can. You could tell they're evenly matched. Titan was the clear-cut favorite, I could say, but they like TJP. Okay, TJP is over here trying to unmask Titan. Not long into this match, what is he doing? He has him in the corner, and he's using his boot to grade the face of Titan, his mask, and then he runs back and delivers like a haluva kick to the face in the corner. Crowd saying one more time. They're like, do it again. I mean, how often? New Japan pro wrestling audience, they're very respectful. They are, in my opinion, the best of fans. But sometimes when they want blood, and they're asking him to take the mask off, basically. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Here we go. So he does. He tries again. He starts doing the boots with the cheese grater, and then he goes back again, hits him with the face again. Okay, and then there are a couple attempts where he's just trying to pull the mask. He's not going to get the mask off, but he's showing a side of lethal, just a lethal side of brutality that we want to see. Let's see. Springboard across the body by Titan to stop TJP in his tracks. A great springboard moonsault by Titan gets him in the ring for a pin attempt, but to no avail. Yes, the springboard moonsault off the ropes onto the floor looked really good, looked great. And so let's see, moving forward, double chest stop onto TJP on the outside ring apron. That is a spot I really thought was cool. He gets to the top rope, he hits the double stomp, the coup de grace. It looks so much better when it's on the outside of the ring, because that's the hardest space of the ring. It is brutal. Okay, from my experience, it's definitely it just looks. That's all I'll say. It's a brutal part of the ring. So everything that's executed on that side, on the side of the ring, looks better. Okay, a power bomb is going to look better if it's hit on the side of the ring. It's going to be scary, but it's kind of risk versus reward. So yeah, I was impressed. TJP gets Titan in the STF, though. After all this offense by Titan, TJP, he gets him in reversal, hits the STF. Titan does get to the ropes for a rope break. Titan hits a sweet kick, then hits the DDT from the rope, pin attempt, but TJP puts him into this submission, a variated form of an Indian deathlock. That's all I can say. Reaches back, okay, and pulls Titan's neck, like his chin and his head, and just wrenching back from the position that he has him in with his knees. At that point, Titan had to tap. You knew it was coming at this point, and it looked brutal. So you got to give credit to Titan. There's just no loss for tapping to it. When the submission looks so brutal that it's like, okay, enough's enough, and you tap. That's just playing it smart at this point. It's not like a sign of weakness. And I thought the right guy won. TJP, he actually gives Titan a handshake. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mixed up TJP and Titan. It's Titan who hit him with the submission, and that's, I guess I was thinking because the submission that TJP has looks a lot. It was very similar to the submission that Titan delivered. Both variated forms of Indian deathlocks. Okay, Titan, though, the way he put TJP on the into this, it just looked great. And TJP, he shakes his hand. He actually begrudgingly is the key word, as Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton had said. But he just kind of gave him a little slap, to the hand as a hand of just a gesture of respect. It was great. I thought this match was good, and I like Titan, and I give credit to TJP. I'm not like big fan of United Empire. I just come for them over here joning on them, but I like them. I do like them. They are good, and I enjoy watching them. And of course, Will Ospreay. I mean, arguably the best wrestler in the world. Just the moves he can put on and the way he goes. I don't have to say it. So it was enjoyable. Match 9, El Desperado versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I knew I was going to have a little bit of trouble pronouncing his name, but he's from Just Five Guys. Great guys. Great guys. Just Five Guys are getting a lot of stroke. That you can tell they're on the they're already there, but you could tell if you didn't watch New Japan for the past month or so, okay, or a couple months, and between now and between Wrestle Kingdom, you wouldn't be like, oh, Just Five Guys they're on the rise. But between Wrestle Kingdom, okay, when Kazuchika Okada won the title, and now there has been a rise of these guys, Just Five Guys. With now Sonata is the IWGP champion, okay, they got Yoshinobu Kanemaru, who's a grade A badass, and they got Douki, who looks like freaking Sub-Zero Smoke and meets, I don't know, Malachi Black. Okay, that's the best way to put it. He is the Mortal Kombat version of Malachi Black because he's long black hair, slim but ripped. I mean, they're badasses. They look cool. So I'm all for it. They're on top, the Just Five Guys. And they begin fighting outside. Apparently there is a little bit of heat between these two, okay? Desperado, he lets Kanemaru into the ring. He actually holds the rope for him. You can tell there's a little bit of just a little bit of heat between. There's a little bit of history between these two, and the commentators go into it more. They begin fighting outside, though, okay? Desperado gets Kanemaru in a headlock, and slow-paced match at this point. It's slow, but we're waiting. And maybe I'm thinking at this point, okay, let's get to the final match. I'm ready for Takahashi versus Mike Bailey. Okay, I'm ready. I want to see Hiromu Takahashi get it. I want to see him go. Okay, he's the defending champion of this tournament, and he's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He's the man. This is, even on the promo, it's got him showcased with his robe with 1,000 tentacles, eyeballs, looking like Kaju. He's looking like he's awesome. He's a star. They've really showcased him as the guy of this division. At least that's the impression that I was getting. Okay, so, but no, it picks up. Okay, they get into they start to get hard hitting, and they take it to a second gear. I mean, Kanemaru kind of looks like he's a little bit older. He's a little more seasoned. But he can go. Desperado's great. He can move. He can do. He can get in the ring. He can get in the ring and scrap it up with the best of them. So I was enjoying it. Let's see. There was hard-hitting moves. A back body drop by Desperado puts Kanemaru in a hold that stretched his legs. Spread eagle. He's got him in this hold that is literally stretching Kanemaru's legs like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that are Jean-Claude fans, those of you maybe some of the younger crowd, they might not get it, but you know what I'm talking about. Spread eagle. Guy's wincing and like screaming. He's like, ah. Look cool. Look cool. But yeah, that was a good spot for the match. Finally, Yoshinobu gets the rope. Okay, Yoshi gets some offense on Desperado, drop kicking the knee of Desperado and goes to work with the figure 4 leg lock. Now this is the start of the story in the match. He's going to work the knee. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. He's going to work the knee of Desperado, and he's going to continue it, and you're going to see it play out. What does he do? He puts him in a figure 4 leg lock. Classic figure 4 leg lock. And then Desperado rolls out. He can't even get up. Remember, ring counts for New Japan is 20 seconds. There's no like 10-second, okay, stop the break, and then by this point, you're like, anybody who watches a WWE match and looks out for the 10-second count and actually thinks about it is like, yeah, this doesn't really factor. But when you're watching New Japan with 20 seconds, it does play more of a role because it's like, okay, he's counting 20 seconds. He's not stopping he's really not stopping. And the guy has to get up and get back into the ring. So who's to say if this guy's going to make it? And 19 seconds, at 16, 17 seconds, he tries to attempt to get up. He falls back down. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Desperado has 9 more matches to go. So what is he going to do? He's going to go back into the ring, get more punishment by Yoshinobu? Or is he just going to drop and give up and take the L because he's going to have to recuperate the knee? So you don't know. But he gets back in at the 19th second. Okay, he gets back in. Almost looked like he wasn't going to make it. So Desperado lands a Blue Thunder bomb. Okay, after a series of moves by Yoshinobu, Desperado gets a couple licks in. He gets his what looked like a Blue Thunder bomb and a pin attempt. He's hyped. Desperado's ready to go. He goes for a maneuver. Kanemaru gets him again in the figure 4 leg lock. And this time, Desperado taps out. This time it's over. And nobody's surprised. And I don't mean I'm surprised in that, wow, this is devastating. But I'm like, I get it. This makes sense. The figure 4 leg lock is still, when you work it and when you make it look good, is still one of the most devastating finishers in the industry, in the history of pro wrestling. Same as the DDT. If you do it right, it works. Okay? And I enjoyed it. Desperado's selling his leg I put it down, like Macho Man at WrestleMania 8. Okay? He's like, and he's still in the corner. He's holding his knee. Desperado's going to face Bushi, okay, if he can walk, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru will face Dan Maloney, okay? It's looking forward to it. Definitely want to see these two fight some more. I'm looking forward to the next show. And here we go. Final match. Speedball Mike Bailey versus the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Hiromu Takahashi. Ungovernables. Love this guy. I love it. Okay, I've seen Mike Bailey. He was at Capital Collision. I wasn't eyes spot on him. I didn't know him that much before, so I was like, okay, whatever. He's rocking shin pads, no boots, which is a look I've seen only once or twice. I don't see it often, where a wrestler is rocking the shin pad, the kick pads, and no shoes, no wrestling shoes, no boots, nothing. He's barefoot. He's got this hair, 80s look. Kind of reminds me of he reminds me of a young Eric Bischoff when he was facing Larry Zbyszko, minus the gi. He's got his own kind of wrestling attire. It's definitely retro, but it looks good. He's pulling it off. I'm like, okay, let's see what he's got. And I'm thinking Takahashi's going to come out with his tentacle eyeball robe. No, he comes in his classic studded jacket. He's reserved. He's got this photo book of signatures. Apparently, this is something he does every year of the Best of the Super Junior tournament. He gets this photo book with signatures. He gives it. He donates it. I'm not going to be able to explain it, but it's clearly a gesture of goodwill and establishes him as a very kind of charitable, I'm the face, I'm the good guy. And so he handed it off to an official. Look cool. Okay. So we move forward. There's taunting from Bailey. Bailey is clearly the heel, but the crowd is chanting his name. They shake hands. He's like, yes, let me shake your hand. And Hiromu Takahashi's like, yeah, okay. And then Mike Bailey, okay. Mike Bailey even hugs Tanahashi, okay. I'm like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna like take each other out for some ice cream after this? But Takahashi pulls him in and starts delivering his offense. Okay, so Takahashi's like, no, we're enough love. Okay, I got you now. Bailey's rock. So let me just continue on. They just start doing an exchange of moves. Okay, got a little caught off, but with my notes. But they fight and they quickly get outside the ring. Okay, they start fighting. They get outside of the ring and they start fighting outside of the ring, Attitude Era style. But this is the thing about this arena that I really liked. Okay, that I had to notice when they're in the arena with the crowd and they're going up up the ramps and up the steps. There's a lot of space in between each section of the arena, so they have a lot of space. There's a lot of lighting too, so you can see what they're doing outside the ring. They have plenty of space between each section to land moves. And I appreciated that. So I was like, okay, this looks cool. This actually looks cool. It's not just like a little bit of a little bit of fighting just for the sake of like fighting outside the ring. That stuff bores me. I want to see something to remember, like Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow, okay? ECW, there was a spot on the ramp, on the walkway. If it's outside the ring, I want to remember it. If not, okay, this is all filler to get back in the ring to get going. And yeah, it's going to look cool. It's going to get you going, but I'm not going to remember it. But this I enjoyed because they used the setting to their advantage. Takahashi brings Bailey back into the ring for a pinfall attempt. Chop start. Falcon Arrow by Takahashi. Pin attempt. Kick out. Bailey hits a running kick that connects. Looks savage. He's savage, okay? Takahashi catches Bailey into a German suplex. Looks beautiful. Powerbomb, pop-up powerbomb by Hiromu Takahashi, countered to the time bomb. Oof, Frankensteiner by Bailey, okay? Then, with the double knees, Bailey hits the Frankensteiner. Now I'm like, okay, just like Kevin Knight. Now I'm woken up again. I'm like, okay, I was a little bit drowsy. No, I'm not. I was a little bit tired watching it, but I got woken up again throughout towards this period of the show. So I'm ready to go. And I'm paying more attention to Mike Bailey as this match is proceeding. Bailey landed on his head. Let's see. Counter to the time bomb. Frankensteiner by Bailey. Then Bailey tries to do an attack onto Hiromu, and when he does a kind of like a roll, like he was going to do like, I'm not even sure what he was trying to do, but he lands on his head. And it looked bad, okay? Neck and shoulder, it looked bad. It looked like he actually did hurt. It looked like almost like a botch. They both crash into each other then in the ring. Hiromu, goes for a sunset bomb that would have been devastating. Bailey deflects. Bailey hits a moonsault of his own off the top rope to the outside floor. Bailey hits a sweep kick and then a standing backflip, but misses and lands on his knees for Takahashi to hit the sunset powerbomb outside. When he tried to do the backflip and lands on his knees, that looked like it hurt. Bailey's eyes are tweaking after this sunset power. The sunset powerbomb by Takahashi onto the floor is something to see. And Bailey is selling. His eyes are literally tweaking like this. He's like, whoa, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue. Looks like he's about to puke. He's doing an excellent job selling this time. The sunset powerbomb. Let's see. One more time bomb, but it's countered into a roll by Bailey. They both collide again. They crash into each other. They're just like want to do like a back, like a cross body into each other. Okay. Looks great. Pinfall by Bailey. Bailey sets up for a kick counter. Gets him a second. Third and a spin kick. So he kicks him once, kicks him twice, he goes from one side of the corner to the other side where the other corner where Hiroshu is, and he does this like spinning, like looks like something out of Street Fighter 2, okay, and kicks him right in the face. Looks great, okay, looks great. And then Bailey lands this shooting star into a double knee drop onto Takahashi's back. That move looked savage, looked brutal, okay, brutal sin. He then gets the pin, and you knew at that point you're like, wow. Bailey gets the win. He beats Takahashi. The first match of this show, Takahashi loses. Okay, that just goes to show you that anything can happen in this tournament. Okay, I was impressed, and Mike Bailey. I'm more eyes on Mike Bailey now. I think Bailey is great. I want to see him do some more. I'm looking forward to it. Sorry if I'm not as like experienced with Mike Bailey, but hey, you know, you got to find out what's going on with these wrestlers at some point. Okay, Bailey will face Sho. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and Takahashi, let's see, I want to see Takahashi is going to face tomorrow. Let's take a look. Takahashi is going up against, and I want to see if he's actually going to be. He's now pushed to the 9th match. He's facing Douki. That's right. Douki's going to be. I want to see that match big time. Okay, it's going to be excellent. So at the recording of this, at the time of this recording, I have not seen the matches. I'm going to watch it today. I thank you very much for watching this review. It's been my pleasure. Clearly, this is my first time, so obviously there are going to be some hiccups by myself. But you know, this is what I love to do. This is a promotion that I know in the United States that's not covered a lot. I don't, and not covered enough as far as I'm concerned. And for years I've always told some friends that I want to cover New Japan. I want to let people like learn a little more about it, get into it. It's fun. It's awesome. It's great. And also, it is definitely a place to learn more about wrestlers that you know you're going to see eventually in AEW and WWE. And if you get into it, the matches are so much fun to watch. It's just another kind of storytelling. And I love wrestling, okay? I'm scheduled to be engaged. I'm engaged to be married this June for the bachelor party. My lovely fiance was like, "Where are you going? You're going to go to Vegas? You're going to go hit up the strip club?" I'm going to WrestleMania 39 in LA. That's right. LA, WrestleMania 39. It was excellent. It was a great time. Spent some time on the Hollywood Sunset Strip. That was my perfect bachelor party. Hit up some whiskey a go-go, do some karaoke, and WrestleMania. Come on. I'm sorry, but that was a time we will never. My friends and I will never forget that experience. Okay. So that's being said, I think we're about done. I'm about to go hit up a winery with my fiance. Gonna go pick up some bottles. We got like at least a case to pick up, and then we'll enjoy the rest of the weekend. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm probably not gonna do a straight up review like this of Saturday, May 13th, round 2 of the Super Junior. I want to wait and give myself a breather. I got a full-time job. As a teacher, it is demanding, but I want to do it. I look forward to try to keep up. Maybe perhaps I can get, hopefully maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll try to get a review in. Worst case scenario, I'll get next Friday, May 19th, okay? And definitely going to get the semifinals and the finals review. I'm going to cover that. I got to cover that. So it's going to be a great time into the Super Junior. And I look forward to hopefully getting doing coverage of the G1 Climax. So, and possibly we'll see, maybe even Forbidden Door. I'm more concerned about New Japan's exclusive content, exclusive shows and events. Okay, so that being said, one more thing before I go, just to let you know, I want to cover New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I'm also interested in amateur pro wrestling and USA Wrestling. If you don't know, there is going to be a Final X for the Olympic gold. The Olympic team of America is going to compete. Okay, it's the finals to determine who is going to compete for the Olympics. You can watch that on Flow Wrestling. You can check it out. You can find it. So there, you have to
look perhaps on Flow Wrestling, or find your way on YouTube. You can, if you subscribe to Flow Wrestling, you can watch some matches. They will show you for free, or you can watch some matches if you subscribe to Flow Wrestling. By the way, New Japan Pro Wrestling, I should have said this already. It's free for this first round. So if you like what you see, you can subscribe. And if you don't, oh well. But I think you're going to love what you see this first night. It was fun and hard-hitting and very, very good time to watch. So I'm going to let you go. On that note, y'all take care. Have a good weekend.
Surrender.